Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. We wanted to share with you the impact and change in the situation in San Diego as it relates to the state's announcement on the regional stay-at-home orders today. I'll briefly walk you through what it means for San Diego County. Supervisor Vargas will share some information, and then our public health doctors are here to answer any questions that you all may have. As you're most likely aware, the regional stay-at-home order has been lifted. This California Department of Public Health and Governor made that announcement today. The state's projected ICU capacity over the coming weeks shows Southern California to be below, or to be greater, than 15% threshold that triggered the regional stay-at-home orders. The practical impact of what that means is in San Diego County, we will return to the purple tier. That is the entity that we were in prior to the regional stay-at-home order being put in place. And I will walk you through what this means, but the most common ones is outdoor dining can resume. Personal care type services, your hair salons, barbershops, nail, tattoo, and massage can also resume, again, consistent with their safe reopening plans, along with some changes in youth sports in terms of practice and those that can begin operating, and I'll walk you through that here in just a minute. I think as in San Diego, look, we've seen positive developments in terms of our case counts beginning to come down. We've seen some modest reductions in our hospitalization, some lowering in our percentage of positives, and I think as San Diegans, we can take a measure of pride in knowing that we did beat back the most severe aspects of the recent surge that we've seen. And that has put us in a position, again, to come out of the regional stay-at-home order for all of Southern California and put San Diego in a position to begin to reopen some of the lower risk type settings. But we want to be mindful that today's announcement is not a moment where we need to abandon our vigilance or lose our focus. Although there are new things that are opening up, and that is encouraging, particularly for those entities that have been so impacted by COVID, it's an opportunity for each and every one of us to recommit and refocus on what we're doing. We are administering vaccines daily, and that is certainly going to help, but we need to stay safe in order to stay open. And we want to continue moving through the tier system in the coming months while we simultaneously administer vaccines and get out of this. And so we still have to wear our mask and wash our hands, physically distance from non-household members, and avoid high-risk settings in order to keep the trajectory and forward momentum that we've gained over the course of the last week or so. We want to continue to have that moving. We should also aspire as a goal that we want to get to the next tier down, the red tier, and we have a considerable ways to go in terms of our case counts. This does provide some measure of certainty. I think we're familiar with the tiered system in terms of what it measures. It measures, obviously, case counts and adjusted and unadjusted, and we know where we have to be in order to move down. And again, we have a long way to go before the red tier, but opening the purple tier will hopefully provide some relief, again, to those businesses, particularly our restaurants and our personal care services that have been most heavily impacted. All of our efforts around vaccine continue, and we'll give a full report and update at our Wednesday briefing. We have brought on 2 additional pods. We have more super stations in the work, and are going to continue to press forward to get as many vaccines as we can administered as possible. So let me walk you through a couple charts on what we are looking at as it relates to purple tier operations. You'll see here at the top, restaurants, outdoors only. The time limitations, which we have had since May, I believe, remain in place for San Diego County. Again, this is for restaurant operations, outdoor dining only, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Folks can order by 10 p.m. They need to complete their outdoor dining by 11 p.m. Takeout and delivery are good 24 hours a day. One addition that's different than last time we were in the purple tier is the state has authorized live entertainment is allowable and authorized in those outdoor settings only. Wineries, again, can operate outdoors also with live entertainment, consistent with restaurants. Bars, breweries, and distilleries that serve food operate exactly as restaurants. Hair salons, barbershops, nail salons, tattoo parlors, massage, other personal services can operate indoors. They have to follow the safe reopening plans, the same ones that they had developed when we were in the purple tier. Post that information outside that safe reopening plan and can all start operating. Grocery stores go to 50% capacity, retail at 25%. Hotels are open, professional sports continue, but without live audience. Offices remain remote. K through 12 schools are still distance learning, if not already open for in-person instruction. There's an application process for K through 6, and that will be shared with schools, and amusement parks remained closed. The next tier here, these are outdoor operations only. Places of worship, outdoor, gyms outdoors, family entertainment centers, again, these are all things that are outdoor. Youth and recreational adult sports, all entities are allowed to practice at this point, provided that there is no contact between participants and they maintain their 6-foot physical distancing. Intra-team operations are allowable for those entities in the purple tier. And so on the county website and on the state website as well, you'll see a list of what those entities are in the purple tier. Things like track and field, swimming. There's a few other ones that are allowed to resume their normal operations in the purple tier. And then you can see there as we go through the tiers, additional youth and recreational adult sports that are added in. But right now, intra-team play is limited to those in the purple tier, but other sports can practice provided that there's no contact between participants and they can maintain physical distancing. Movie theaters, zoos and aquariums and outdoor recreations, including camping, again, are allowable for outdoor type settings. And then the final slide here is the purple tier gatherings. This guidance was put in place before we went in the regional stay-at-home order, and these are gatherings of up to 3 households are allowed to gather together, provided they're outdoors, stay 6 feet apart, and utilize their face coverings. As we head into this phase, I think, again, there is some reason for us to know that we are advancing in a positive direction. We've seen some positive impact on our cases, very modest declines beginning in our hospitalizations. Our percentage of positive is improving. Because of the lag effect behind things, we're going to monitor closely the local situation here as it relates to hospitalizations. And then, unfortunately, we're likely to see increased numbers of loss of life, again, because of the lag between all of these things. So today's announcement will come as a relief for a lot of folks who were impacted by the regional stay-at-home orders, but we really have to be mindful as a county and as a people that we don't want to change the trajectory we're on. We have to avoid those high-risk settings. We all have to continue to take action. We want to see these case numbers continue to descend. We want to be encouraged by the vaccines, but knowing that we still face limited supply. Hopefully that opens up soon. But let's not lose our vigilance. Let's not lose our focus. And let's continue to do the things that we've done that have helped improve our situation.